Is the U.S. housing market going into a deep freeze? I don't know, but we're going to talk about it. I got to get out of this thing. It's hot as hell. Ugh. Hey everybody, I'm Paul McJust Paul, your local realtor and guide to South Florida living, and welcome back to my channel. Nobody wears coats in Florida. Come on. It barely gets below 60. That's better. Are we headed into a deep freeze? Well, the New York Post thinks so. And based on some of the numbers that we're seeing, so do a lot of other people. In the month of June, 31% of homeowners that had their houses on the market here in Palm Beach County lowered their price. In July, 30.1% of all buyers who were under contract nationwide, they backed out of their contracts. They pulled out, they canceled. And there's a lot more inventory. There's way more homes available now for buyers than there were this time last year. About 80% more here in Palm Beach County. And days on market, here in Palm Beach County, it used to be 7 days on the market, and now it's sitting at about 14 days. So homes are sitting longer, sellers are lowering prices. Are we going into a deep freeze? Maybe, but let's talk about it. All right, so New York Post back in July said the U.S. housing market is on the cusp of a deep freeze because of high mortgage rates and crazy home prices, causing buyers to put a freeze on moving forward with buying homes and making a lot of sellers start to panic. All right, so like I said in the beginning of this video, in Palm Beach County, 31% of home sellers had to cut their asking price. But that's nothing compared to places like Boise, Idaho. 61.5% of home sellers there lowered their asking price. And there's even others. In Seattle, Washington, 46.3% of homeowners who had their houses on the market slashed their prices. And it also affected other parts of Florida. In Tampa, 44.5% of all homeowners that had their house on the market slashed their prices. And this is going back to around June and July. But still, we're seeing it. Prices are coming down in some areas. A lot of places are seeing bigger price cuts. I spoke to someone that was looking to buy a house. I was on LinkedIn and I wished someone a happy birthday. And the gentleman, he was thinking about moving here to Florida, and he ended up moving to Texas. So I was just, hey, happy birthday, congratulations, blah, blah, blah. And he kind of reached back out to me and said, how's the housing market there? And I was kind of telling him a little bit about what's going on here in Palm Beach County. He's in Corpus Christi, Texas. Now, I don't know anything about the Texas market, but these are his words. He says people are dumping homes on the market at super low prices. Like they're just putting houses on the market and almost, I don't want to say giving them away, but he said the prices were super low compared to what people were dealing with, earlier this year during the pandemic. So I know places like Austin, Texas, they were getting $100,000 over asking price and crazy numbers. I don't know what the numbers are there, but definitely we're seeing prices drop across the nation. So prices are dropping. Houses are sitting on the market longer. Buyers are sitting on the sideline. Are we going into a freeze? Is the real estate market headed for trouble? Are we all going to be just kind of 2008 all over again? I don't think so. And here's why. By the way, if this is your first time checking out my channel, I'm a local realtor here in South Florida. I make videos about what it's like to live here in what I call Paradise, South Florida. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, and if you want to get notified each time I release a new video, then click the little bell. Also, I do a lot of live streams, which means I'll be out somewhere here in South Florida and I could be looking at new construction like I did yesterday, and you get notified that I'm out here showing you some new construction. So please subscribe. Click the little bell to get notified, leave a comment. All right, back to the video. All right, so a recent report from Bankrate said the U.S. housing market may be slowing down. Slowing down, not freezing. Many homeowners are still seeing double-digit appreciation on the sale of their properties. Many buyers are out there frantically writing offers even over asking price. Just happened to me last week with my buyers, and we were trying to get a house and they had 3 cash offers and one of them over asking price. And sellers are still getting multiple offers on their properties. And in South Florida, that's happening a lot. So put on your party hats, get out your streamers, because the real estate party is still going on. The National Association of Realtors said that home prices soared 14.8% from May of 2021 to May of 2022. And for the first time ever, the average home price hit $400,000. Home prices are up 45% since March 2020, the beginning of the pandemic. Well, how much longer will the party last? Can't last forever, right? More consumers are searching the term housing crash or market crash than ever before since 2007. So people are starting to get worried. And that's according to Google Trends data. But Fitch did say, despite the prospect of some house pricing corrections, it's highly unlikely that we're going to see a 2008 market crash happen again. And here's why. The lack of inventory is still extremely low for homes here in the United States. We're sitting somewhere at about maybe 2 months worth of inventory nationwide, which is really, really low. And homeowners have benefited from super low interest rates, and they're not likely to sell. I mean, they've got a low housing payment, right? They got a low mortgage. Why would they sell and then go jump into a house and pay 5, 6, 7% interest? Not gonna happen. So they're gonna sit on their homes, and they are. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know why people want to move to Florida. It is one of the most desirable states for people, especially in the Northeast, but for all parts of the world to move to. We've got the good weather. Sure, it's hot in the summer, but it ain't snow. We have no state income tax. We have beautiful beaches, 47 miles of them right here in Palm Beach County. You're close to the Keys. There's airports for international flights everywhere. Miami International, Fort Lauderdale International. The Bahamas are only 90 miles away. Florida is where people want to live. It's beautiful, the sun is warm, and when you're retiring and you don't want to sit up and freeze your tush off in the Northeast, this is where they're coming. Is it perfect? Hell no. No place is perfect, but the quality of life is pretty damn good here in the state of Florida. And here's a prediction for the real estate market for the next 5 years. In the past 5 years, the home values in Florida have risen 81%. And guess what? They're predicting the same thing for the next 5 years. Now, with the recent interest rate hikes and high mortgage payments, analysts are watching Florida very closely. They're trying to see how's it going to affect our real estate market. And with those increases, it's probably going to restrict the amount of price increases that we're going to see. But to what extent is what they're watching for. But there's still the fear of FOMO, of missing out, and that is fueling the buyers to keep purchasing homes here in South Florida, and in a lot of cases, still make over asking price offers and waiving some contingencies, but not all. We are seeing some contingencies get accepted now. Sellers are like, well, we don't want to push them away, so they're willing to allow some contingencies, but not in all cases. All right, so the big takeaway. We're not going into a freeze. At least I don't think so based on the market data that I've been looking at. Home prices aren't falling. They're not depreciating. They are just going into a decelerated phase where they're still rising, but at a slower pace. Now, some markets may see a bigger decline than others, especially markets that were like superheated. That could be some places in South Florida like Miami and Tampa, but we'll see what happens. But overall, experts don't see that home prices nationwide will fall or depreciate. Actually, they're seeing them increase around 10 to 11%. By the way, if you like these kind of videos, be sure to click the links at the end of the video. You can watch other videos about what it's like to live here in South Florida. So take that jacket, throw it in the closet, or do whatever you have to do with it, because in South Florida, you don't need it. So maybe those of you in the Northeast are going to start getting a little chilly. That's why you want to be coming down here and looking for a house in paradise. But overall, I don't think we're going to have a deep freeze. I don't think the housing market is going to crash. Are we going to go into a little bit of a correction? Yeah, I think we will. But I'm still seeing homes sell really quick here. Like I said, that one property that my buyers were looking at, it went on the market on Monday. On Tuesday, had multiple offers. The 3 top offers were cash. We weren't a cash buyer, so we didn't get that one, but we're going out for another one tonight. So keep watching. I hope you guys like this. First time I've done a market video like this, and I had a little fun with it, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, when you're in the Palm Beaches, get out and enjoy paradise.